McKenna. So you'd probably see these. I've seen them a lot more in the last few years. So McKenna is distilled by Heaven Hill.
Oh.
So it's a Heaven Hill product.
And Heaven Hill is a pretty big.
Yeah, it's a giant distillery in Kentucky. Yeah. We've got a Heaven Hill bottled and bond over there.
They make
all sorts.
They make a whole mess of stuff.
They make all sorts of stuff. They got
their Heaven Hill grain of glass has been sitting.
grain of glass has been sitting because it's pricey.
It's very expensive.
They have a Heaven Hill 19-year.
19.
Yeah. So back in the day, I think it was them. Jim Beam had a fire in their distillery, I guess.
Sure.
And it burnt up all their yeast.
Oh.
And you need yeast for fermentation, right? So Heaven Hill stepped in, and because Heaven Hill and Jim Beam use very similar yeasts in their mash bills.
How many different yeasts are there? As many as
you can imagine. So yeah, I mean, you've got, think of it this way. You've got like the yeast you find in the grocery store,
sure.
like your baking yeasts, right? But when it comes to like fermentation for alcohol, like beer guys use all sorts of different yeast strains. Distillers for whiskey, I mean, there's all sorts. I mean, not just here in the States either, but overseas in Scotland and in Ireland and stuff, they're all using particular yeast. Like I don't know if we talked about it with the Iron Root guys. They go to Scotland to get their yeast. It's a Macallan yeast.
I don't believe you mentioned that.
Yeah, so it's a Macallan. It's like an M1 or something. It's a Macallan yeast that Macallan uses in Scotland. So the Iron Root guys like using that. So to answer your question, there's more yeast strains than I know. Just like there's a bunch of different, types of corn. There's a bunch of different types of yeast.
However, just by happenstance, McKenna, or rather Heaven Hill and Jim Beam use
similar, right? So they hooked them up. So sometimes one of the knocks with Heaven Hill products is that they can be a little nutty,
which is
characteristic of Jim Beam, and it makes sense if they're using similar yeast strains.
That's probably where the nutty flavor starts.
I'm a big believer in that. So these, for a while though, I started buying these in 2010, and you can tell because they're all dusty. Mm-hmm. So I started buying them in 2010. They got really hard to find for a while. For a hot minute, they were really, really difficult to find. The price started going up. I think I started seeing them, in between. Normally they're right around the $60 range, mm-hmm. which if you think about it,
it's for a 10-year age statement.
10-year age statement, single barrel, bottled and bond, so it's
$60 is quite reasonable.
Not bad. It started during the glut. I saw it go into the 70s and 80s, and people just started sitting on them. Reason being is that in this world, there's always new stuff to chase. Mm-hmm. And now, especially in 26, now that the things that we've talked about, and
there's more finished whiskey. There's older age statements,
mm-hmm. and just the amount of people drinking bourbon
is overall
it has contracted, right? So I thought we'd talk about this today because I find this stuff everywhere. Oh. I find it everywhere now.
It is. And it's at the specs, it's at the Total Wine, it's at the Twin Liquor.
It's in everywhere, and I think it's just one of those things. For the price, I think it's gone back to around $60. I think is where it's gotten back to, which I'm okay with that for a 10-year
age statement.
10-year single barrel.
10-year single barrel bottled and bond.
Yeah.
It smells quite nice.
Yeah.
It smells like the old Granddad 7-year? It smells mm-hmm. like that, but a little mellower.
Yeah. I had that the other day.
You did?
Just for fun.
I'm jealous. How was it?
It was a little nuttier.
It was a little
in the video we did, but that was just like a fresh crack.
Right.
I didn't get a lot of nuttiness in it, but after it sat and aired out for the last however many 4, 5, 6 months, it's gotten a little nuttier. Now with this, I'm getting mostly red fruit, mm-hmm. But like a nice...
A lot of apple.
Yeah, nice light. Yeah, maybe a little bit of apple, a little bit of... Maybe just a touch of pear. It's been a long time, but not like overwhelming. But it's definitely lighter, definitely more brown sugar, like a lighter brown sugar, I think. Now, to be fair, these are not new bottles.
No, these are very old.
This is the one we're drinking. I bought this in 2020. So that was 6 years ago.
2020, this one's from 2021, 2023.
Yeah, so, but if I know Heaven Hill and I know McKenna, the new ones are probably similar. Now, to be fair, because they're single barrels,
they're all going to taste slightly different.
Slightly different, especially when you're comparing, which I didn't want to do today, just sit down, because I think it's a boring video, watching me sit here and nerd out over 3 whiskeys and trying to tell the difference. We'll save that for bottle shares or some other things. But yeah, this is very nice. I forget how good this was. I mean, I knew I liked it because they're mostly drank, but just I was getting into these before I really knew what I was doing.
Oh, that's delightful.
Yeah,
that's very nice.
Very nice.
It's very pleasant.
The proof is perfect.
Oh, that's yeah. I get a little bit of that like nutty note on the rear of the palate.
Do you?
Just a hint.
Maybe a touch on the back, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, it reminds me of Old Granddad bottled bond.
Yeah. This is delightful.
It takes the oak very well.
Yeah,
a lot of fruit, very fruity, in a good way.
Yeah, more fruity than I remembered. And I said I haven't bought these. Well, you said this was
2023, so 3 years
so
ago.
It's been 3 years. So just because for the last few years they've been really hard to find. Like
$60 for that? That's quite reasonable.
Yeah, that's not bad, right?
Not bad at all.
For 100 proof and for what you're getting, as far as like a bang for your buck, we just said it. 100 proof, 10-year age-dated single barrel.
Single barrel?
That's pretty cool. So I'm glad we did this because I was just thinking when you mentioned last night, excuse me, doing some videos or this morning, I thought, it'd be fun because I'm seeing more and more of these. Now, to be fair, they're not as sexy as a lot of the new stuff coming out. Because you know me, I'm all over Instagram and Facebook and stuff. And I'm on like
out of curiosity,
upcoming whiskey pages. So,
what do you define as sexy?
Well, it's not
with regard to new whiskey.
It's not the latest and greatest.
I mean, these cats have been around since 1855.
Yeah, Heaven Hill's been around forever. The McKenna name's been around forever. So it's just, this is one of those I kind of consider just like a good staple whiskey. But I think it lost some of its sheen. Number one, when they jacked the price up.
Yes.
You want to piss off a group of people to drink your whiskey, raise the price $10 to $20 for the same thing.
Well, that's simple economics. The price goes up, quantity demanded goes down. So the amount of demand for the product will go down as you increase the price.
And maybe just getting just the slightest peanut shell note down.
Yeah, peanut shell. It's kind of on the back.
Yeah,
but it's a good peanut shell note. Old Granddad bottled bond.
Yeah. Or I like the nuttiness that I get in like Larceny products.
Yeah,
which makes sense because I don't know why I just had a brain fart when we were talking earlier. Heaven Hill make McKenna, they make Larceny, they make Elijah Craig. They make a lot of stuff. Yeah,
that boy's good.
Yeah, but this is delightful. But like I was just saying, I think because one, they pissed their people off
by making it more expensive.
And you did nothing different to the juice. Nothing. You pissed people off by making it more expensive. And then two, especially in this day and age where, like we've talked about it on industry videos, where I really thought like you're going to start seeing some wild stuff. I mean, I just saw for new labels coming out, and I think I might even seen a picture of a couple bottles out in the wild, but Bardstown, they're making a bourbon finished in Guyana barrels.
Oh,
where have we heard Guyana barrels before?
A little distillery you might have heard of called
Trails End.
That's cool. Hey, how does he know? How is he always right?
But that's the thing, right?
Yeah, because we're
it's the latest and greatest.
Yeah, with the industry contracting, there's a lot more experimentation with like cooperage or finishing, especially hyper age statements. So McKenna, I see what you mean now. It's like the legacy. It's like most legacy products. It's very right down the middle. It's good. It's very good.
Yeah, I mean, if you just had to grade this, I mean, it's especially at 60, it's just like a solid B.
Yeah.
It's above average, I think.
And that's high praise. That's high praise.
But it's just a flat B, maybe a B minus. It's good.
Depends on how much you like the nutty.
A little bit, yeah, but it's not like overbearing.
No, it's just a little something.
Yeah. Just to let you know that you're drinking a Heaven Hill product.
It's not like drinking Old Tub, you know.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's from Bain. I wouldn't drink that anyway.
I've had it.
But yeah, Heaven Hill. This is really good stuff. McKenna has always been a solid pour.
Do they have any other offerings, or is this the only one from
for
McKenna?
The McKenna line? I think they have a bottom shelfer.
Oh, okay,
like a 20. It's probably not what you or I would drink. But in this day and age, $60.
Quite reasonable.
Pretty good, and you can find it now. So if you've wanted to try something like this before, and you weren't really sure, right? You just know it comes from a great distillery in Heaven Hill. They make a bunch of really great stuff that we own a decent amount. It's not really breaking the bank anymore. I know people will say it's $60, and if you're used to spending $25 or $30 on a bottle, that's
but think of it,
considerable jump.
I know. Think of it this way, though. You go from spending $15 on a bottle of wine to, you splurge every once in a while for a $25, $30 bottle of wine.
Sure.
It's a big jump, but in the grand scheme of things,
especially
10-year age statement, bottle of bond, single barrel. Usually you got to pay double for that kind of action cotton.
Double for that kind of action cotton.
I'm very impressed. I would add this to the rotations. Like, you get, if you're feeling the slightly nutty flavor profile, you have Old Granddad bonded just for a daily.
Yeah, for your inexpensive.
Yeah, right. Then every couple of pours, every couple of weeks, you're like, let's have a pour of the McKenna.
Think of it this way: it's like if you got a daily, and a daily just means that
something that you don't mind drinking.
I'm not saying you have to drink it daily.
It's not day drinking unless you start in the morning.
True, but the dailies are just things you can just come home from work, sit down, have a pour, not really think about it. It's good. It's not going to blow your socks off, but for $25, it's good, right?
Old Forester 100 proof.
Yeah.
Old Granddad
Benchmark barrel proof.
Benchmark barrel proof. Even like Jameson, that could be considered. You can make
exactly.
That daily.
So this would be fun to add to your collection because this would be like Friday evening or a Saturday evening pour.
Yeah.
Especially if you're used to the $20 to $30 bottles.
Mm-hmm.
You buy yourself something like this at $60, and you sip on it on a Saturday evening.
Mm-hmm.
When you're making dinner, or come home from work on Friday night, have an Old Granddad, and be like, I'm gonna have a nice one for my second pour. Or I did it the opposite.
Yeah,
I'd always start with a really good one
because
I make sure I only pour 2 ounces, and then go to the
drinking whiskey. The drinking whiskey.
Just drinking whiskey, right?
Which is a funny way to say it.
Yeah, but that's because if I didn't do that, especially that Jack Daniel's barrel proof stuff, the rye, I'd come home, have an Old Forester, second pour, I'd have that, and it was so
maybe you have a hand.
But then I go back for round 2, and then put it away, and then next thing you know, your $65 bottle is gone in 2 weeks. That's a real bummer.
I feel like that's happened a couple times.
It's happened more than a few times, but if you've seen this, like I said, you can find it, especially now, Central Texas, shit's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And you've never had it, it's a fun one to step into.
Okay.
See if you can find the tasting notes that we found. You might find some other ones.
Keep an eye out for the apple, the sugary notes per usual, but really the bright red fruit, that's nice.
Yeah. A little more, it reminds me a little more like the Elijah Craig stuff.
Yeah.
Where it's a little more red fruit forward. So anyway, wrap it up because people are tired of listening. If you haven't gotten it and you want to find it, go out and grab you one. It should be around $60, and it's just a good solid pour.